All right, good morning, everybody. It's November 1st, and that's the first day of Wovember, which is a really fun Instagram prompt challenge. And it was started by a daughter of a shepherd, I think is the correct Instagram title or name that she has. And it's been continued this year by 3 different Instagram folks. And I'm going to get their names wrong if I try to do them all. I know Flying Fibers is one. So I'll give you a shout out today, and then I will I'll tag the other 2 in my post. But I thought I would do a video today just to kick things off. And since the prompt is why wool, I thought that I could give some good examples as to why we should choose wool. And I thought about talking about the fact that wool is it's a miracle fiber. It's biodegradable. It is good for the environment. It doesn't put plastics and chemicals out into the world like synthetic fibers do. It can keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer, depending on how it's processed and what breeds that you use. I apologize if I cough through this because it's pretty chilly out here this morning. There's just, it's biodegradable, if I haven't said that already. You're not going to find clumps of it in the ocean that can't break down. Beyond all of that, beyond all of the reasons why wool itself is wonderful, I want to talk about why these animals need us and why they need to be sheared. Sheep have been bred over the course of millennia, from the time they were first domesticated to now, to need to be sheared. And I'm talking about wool sheep, obviously. There are sheep that don't need to be sheared, that are meat and dairy sheep, but I'm talking about wool, obviously. And if we don't shear them, they will get sick and they will die. Wool is not inhumane. It is not cruel. What is cruel is leaving fleece on an animal that can't get it off for itself and letting it overheat in the summer, letting wounds abscess, letting things like fly strike happen, which I don't even want to talk about it because it's so god-awful. That is what is inhumane. Neglect is inhumane. And not caring for animals that are domesticated animals. These are not wild. Well, sometimes I think they are. Why are you eating my glove? You are so precious. Oh my goodness. I had one little trick-or-treater last night. Yeah, you were. What is inhumane is neglect, folks. And please don't let lies and misinformation sway you from learning the truth about that. I kept Panda Bear's fleece on her. I made that decision for her this year because she is getting old. And she was really sick a couple years ago because of accidental copper poisoning on my part, because I was going with misinformation instead of talking to a vet about it. I almost lost her. And since that time, every fall, I have to evaluate. Does it look like she's growing wool back at the same rate that she used to? If I shear her in October, will she be able to grow back enough wool to protect herself in the winter? And last year, she did great. We still had to put a sweater on her, a little sweatshirt on her to keep her warm for, a few days. This year, she's just not growing it like she used to, so I made that decision to not shear her because that was in her best interest. That was the humane thing to do. My point here in all of this rambling on day 1 of Wovember, why wool? Choose wool because sheep need us. Get to know your local fiber farmers if you have any. If you don't have local fiber farmers, talk to me. Find a fiber farmer on Instagram or Facebook or whatever floats your boat that you trust and ask them questions. I am happy as heck to answer questions. I had somebody text me the other day and say, how are sheep different from horses? Because I know that horses sometimes need to have blankets, they need to wear coats. Why are sheep able to not do that and not freeze to death? And it was great. I love that. I don't feel like anybody's questioning my choices for my sheep, but instead they're asking for to be educated about it. And I'm happy to answer questions if you have them. So, choose wool because it is beautiful, it is versatile, it's good for the environment, and it is good for these guys. Yes, because they cannot live carrying wool around for years and years that they can't get off themselves. So feel free to share this message with others, and please stay tuned on Instagram for more Wovember prompts and information and beautiful pictures. And I think Sam's falling asleep. Am I boring you, Sam? You know your name, Sam. You do. You're a smart boy. On a personal note, choose wool because these guys, they're just amazing. They're the most wonderful animals. Thank you for choosing my wool when you do. Most importantly, just support local fiber farmers. Sometimes they are learning. Sometimes they're figuring out, what which part of the wool is good to sell, how to market it, how to even have an online platform for selling. Be patient with those that are figuring it out. Support initiatives like Shave 'em to Save 'em and the Livestock Conservancy. Just help out your fiber farmers, because by doing that, you're helping out the sheep. Yes, and they're wonderful sheep. Okay, I have talked a lot, and I'm going to end this video now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sure that I'll be back at some point with another fellow sheep video. Huh, Rosie? Yes, you're my Rosie Noodles, aren't you? I don't know why I start calling her Rosie Noodles. I'm so weird. She says, I'm gorgeous. Why do you do that? Can you guys hear that? You grunt and do that little That's why I call you my squeaky wee wizard. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm done now. Thanks for listening. Bye.